Unit 4, information, knowledge definition, types, nature and properties and scope. First of all, you just see what we're going to cover within this topic. One is knowledge. What does it mean basically? Then we'll go for definition. Then we'll go nature, characteristics and properties. Then knowledge, type and scope. Then personal and public knowledge, tacit and explicit knowledge. 3, world of knowledge, formation of knowledge, Ranganathan, modes of formation of knowledge, Nilam extension, origin and growth pattern of discipline, disciplines, attribute of scholarly discipline, relevance to library and information studies, mapping of the structure of subject, citation analysis and subject structuring, graphic display, sociology of knowledge, sociology of science, sociology of literature, sociology of reading, and knowledge utilization. So these are things we're going to cover in this unit. Now look at the idea. The concept is knowledge. I have already told you the knowledge is obsolete kind of thing when you are not using it. Knowledge is dynamic, continuous, and unending. It is a kind of concept which growing every day with the expansion of the new era, new days, new sunshine. Every day we'll find a kind of new knowledge. So knowledge is a kind of thing which normally came from the filtration of data, filtration of information, and when come closer together, the homogeneous group of information and made a concrete concept, then it's normally called a knowledge. But it's very difficult to say the exact definition of the knowledge. But Dr. Ranganathan has examined different way of formation of knowledge in his classification books. Basically, the nature of knowledge, the concept of knowledge, and the characteristic of knowledge. It's so speedy, so multidimensional. It never stopped anywhere. You cannot tell, yes, this is knowledge. This is the characteristic of knowledge. It is always expanding mode. It is always in a very high way of information. So there is some kind of ideas when you here you can see the meaning of knowledge as given Random House Dictionary. It's a dictionary because nobody has given you the direct definition of knowledge. It is normally called truth and belief. Altogether, when come closer together, it's basically knowledge, because your truth, your belief is something, but the truth is something. When some of the truth and some of the belief come together, then it's create knowledge, right? So knowledge basically this kind of concept. And it has its some ideas that it's acquaintance with fact or principle, as from study or investigation, general erudition. That means it's the knowledge always came from the facts and principles and investigation. Familiarity or conversance with the particular subject of or branch of learning. Suppose you do not know library management or library automation. When you come closer to the library automation or that kind of subject, and you understand the concept of that subject, then it's a knowledge for you. Then acquaintance or familiarity gained by sight, experience, report, or for example, knowledge of the human nature. मैं आप लोगों को बताता हूँ. Suppose you wanted to, you have seen some forest, some river, some ocean or sea beach, or some things lightning in the sky. So that's the nature kind of thing, but you have not seen before. Whenever you have seen, it's a new knowledge for you. So whenever you are experiencing something, watching something, understanding something, it's a knowledge for that particular person. The fact or state of knowing, clear and certain perception of fact or truth. The fact or state of knowing, clear and certain perception of fact or truth. Suppose people say, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, we do not know his date. There are many ideas on that. But when you see some of the important document and when very important people telling, okay, this had happened, so this is the fact. When you come to the closer to this fact and truth, then you understand, oh, he is no more, right? He has died somewhere. Then awareness, the fact or circumstance. Suppose you do not have any idea of Rajguru College or your Igloo Study Center. When you call you up, we mail you up, and when you come closer together and we are in the classroom, online, virtual, then you are able to understand, okay, this is our study center, and this person is our programming chat, and this is our library science classes, and these are my friends in the class, right? So you came closer and you came into this information. That which is our many be known information. There are many information known by many people. That is also called information. The body of truth or fact accumulated by mankind in the course of time. As for examples, man knowledge of the moon. So every generation of human beings collected information on moon, and that is a knowledge for moon for everybody, right? Suppose the body of truth or fact accumulated by mankind in the course of time. So within a span of time, when many people, you can just ask any old person regarding the COVID, this corona, they will say, ye to hona hi tha. That could be done, because the way human beings are taking their life, it was not good. They should understand what is important. So that means they got idea that if you have a simple life, then you can live peacefully for a certain period of time, because nobody going to alive for 1,000 years of time in this earth. Everybody has to go. So probably this is clear. Now,
yes sir.
हाँ, कोई प्रॉब्लम है?
Yes sir.
No sir.
हाँ, अब नहीं होना चाहिए. अच्छा, Daniel Bell, knowledge is he is also told that knowledge is an organized set of statement of fact or ideas presenting a reasoned judge of an experiment. You have to go toe-to-toe because it is a definition by Daniel Bell, which he transmitted to other through some communication medium in some systematic form. Knowledge consists of new judgment, research and scholarship, or presentation of older judgment as exemplified in textbook, teaching and learning, and collected as library and archival materials. So this is a Daniel Bell's. Knowledge is highly organized intellectual product. It is also by Daniel. Daniel told that knowledge Knowledge is highly organized and intellectual product. Of course, it is a very highly organized. You cannot create unless you are very much organized in your life. When you are organized, then your direction of thinking will be in a positive direction. That includes personal experience, of course. Personal experience is matter a lot in experience. Nobody can be a great scientist in the laboratory itself. His personal experience, skills, understanding of the different contexts in which we operate our activities, assimilate all these and recording all this in the form could be communicated to others. Normally, it's a complete kind of package. This communication of recorded experience, data, information, etc., makes for the further growth. So you can understand the concept of knowledge by Daniel Will. He's told it's very simple. When a personal, it is totally dependent upon the person, experience, skill, understanding, everything all together when clubbed into one place, it's also a kind of knowledge. The knowledge, the information fact gained through education, time, and experience. It is concept of the Daniel Will. He told this itself. Next, knowledge, its nature and characteristic. We shall represent below some of the important characteristics of the knowledge. Knowledge is infinite. Knowledge is dynamic, continuous, and ever expanding. So, knowledge is infinite. I have told you, it is a multidimensional concept. It's going on everywhere, scattered. Knowledge is dynamic. Of course, when it's infinite, it will be dynamic, continuous, and ever expanding. You do not know from where knowledge will expand. So sometimes you feel very strange. Suppose when CBSE result usually come up, sometimes you will find some of the village student, the rural boy and girls become topper. So that is the nature of knowledge, right? No final words can ever be said by discipline. They're the best provisional subject, criticism, correction, contradiction, change, or modification. Interesting thing I will tell you, you cannot tell specifically today every subject going multidisciplinary. One subject correlate with the other one. So nothing is finalized. This doesn't mean this is arithmetic. That arithmetic can be linked with the physics. The physics can be linked with the library science. So everything is correlated. A gifted man may acquire wide knowledge, deep wisdom, and spiritual insight, but all these are lost when he dies, except those that he or she had recorded. A gifted man acquire knowledge with wide knowledge, deep wisdom, and spiritual insight. That means a person with a full of honesty, a gifted person, can earn a lot of knowledge. But unless we record it, that will be lost. The knowledge once parted to others result into no loss to person. The most important aspect of the knowledge is it's radiate. It's radiate somebody. If I am asking something, if you are doing something today, probably you can also do for your next generations. I am doing for my next generation, and you will also going to do for your next generations. So we're nobody going to lose something. It is always a kind of gain kind of thing when you're working with the knowledge. Knowledge become obsolete. Of course, knowledge become obsolete unless it is being used by any person. Now, knowledge type and scope. Now, any problem with the knowledge, nature, and characteristics? Anybody?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir, it's clear.
Okay. Now, knowledge type and scope. We have so far studied nature of knowledge. What is comprises? It is a characteristic. In this section, we'll discuss different view of knowledge. Now, personal and public knowledge. Personal and public knowledge. Suppose I have a knowledge, and probably I am telling you everything unless something. which I know better. I will not tell anybody in this earth. That's my personal knowledge. And that personal knowledge, let's have how we are going to treat it. Now, knowledge is broadly divided into two groups: personal knowledge and the social knowledge. Personal knowledge, when a person, individual, can earn by studying, researching. And social knowledge is a knowledge possessed collectively by the society. Suppose if you go to the Garhwal sector, you will find every house knows some kind of medicine, right? This is the cultural, there is a social knowledge. If you some kind of fever or kind of thing, so they immediately give you some kind of medicines. Now, this is called basically social knowledge, and social knowledge are normally available throughout the society. I will tell you important aspect. Suppose if we go some of the places in Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and there Jarwa, there is a tribal area, Jarwa, and Jarwa never mixed up with any person in the modern society. They have their own way. They used to stay with their island. But if in their society, if anybody got fever or anybody got any kind of problem, they have their own medicine. So they treat themselves. They never take our modern medicine system. So that is their social knowledge, right? And personal knowledge is the personal knowledge. Now, tacit and explicit knowledge. They have two groups of knowledge expressed slightly different from the Michael Polanyi. Explicit knowledge is the expressed to other. Orally, this is a recorded form, or tacit knowledge is personal knowledge. So, or that may or may not be expressed to by individual. Now, look at the thing. The knowledge is expressed slightly differently by explicit knowledge is the expressed to others. So explicit knowledge is expressed to others. I mean, when I'm talking to you any kind of knowledge, so that is basically called explicit knowledge. Now, tacit knowledge is my personal knowledge, right? Now, sometimes people share personal knowledge, but often not share the personal knowledge. So the basic concept of tacit and explicit knowledge is expressed to others, means we're telling our knowledge. When we are telling our knowledge to anybody, it is basically called explicit knowledge. And tacit knowledge, when we are not talking about anything to anybody, that is basically called tacit knowledge, right? Now, another way of distinguishing between tacit and explicit knowledge is knowledge of the body, which is subjective, practical, while explicit knowledge is the mind, which is objective, theoretical, and digital. So you can understand the basic difference between the explicit and tacit knowledge. So you can understand the tacit and explicit knowledge. Now, three world of knowledge. World one, the physical world, in which are vital through it is to us, but an insignificant speck in the immensity of universe of radiation and matter. Can you understand this concept? World one, physical world, in which are vital, though it is to us, but an insignificant speck in the immensity of the universe of radiation and matter. Now, interestingly, I will tell you, in the world one, the physical world, which you are looking everything, the sun, earth, sound, water, everything, the universe, radiations, matter, everything. Then world two is a world of subjective human knowledge corresponding to individual knowledge. In second concept, but a simply concept है बेटे. मैं आपको बताता हूँ, I'm just telling you, when a person born, probably in your childhood you can remember yourself that whenever you are watching bird or kind of mountain, sunlight, your moon, everything, you happen to be astonished with those things. When you grow up little, then you started getting ideas from your parents. Parents showing you this is roti, this is chawal, this is light, this is switch, this is phone, kind of thing. So it's a kind of second world. World two is the world of subjective human knowledge corresponding to individual knowledge. Dhire, 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 dhire. Then third one, it is the objective knowledge, which is product of human mind recorded in language, in art, the sciences, the technologies, in all artifact human have recorded, scattered the art. You will find when you got ideas, you are just, sometimes you will find the kind of canvas in the cave. People are drawn many artifacts, human artifacts, and there are many artwork has been done. This is a kind of, so when what we are doing right now, we are writing some papers, writing some article, writing poetry, drama, painting, playing. So this is kind of world three, so where you are representing the knowledge. You are recorded through language, because previously there was no language. Now, modes of formation of knowledge, according to Ranganathan, it's called dissection. When you are splitting a subject, dissect. Suppose you have a universe of knowledge, you are immediately dissecting three basic subjects: natural science, social science, and humanities. That is also kind of dissection. Then in natural science, what you are doing, you are dividing mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, botany. So it is also a kind of division. So it is called basically dissection. Denudation, also a kind of dissection, but it's a internal division of a subject. Internal division of a subject means, suppose a subject, suppose take the example of philosophy. In philosophy, logic was a part of a subject. But interestingly, all over the world, people started doing research on logic so extensively that logic became another subject. And it was now logic is a different subject. It's not under the philosophy. Then in logic, you will see the inductive logic and deductive logic. So again, that has been divided. So denudation means internal division of a subject. Next is loose assemblage. Loose assemblage, kind of thing when a subject come together for a particular purpose. Loose assemblage. When a basic subject is combined, attached with an isolate idea, that is basically called loose assemblage. Loose assemblage. Loose assemblage, kind 1, kind 2, kind 3. Yes. Kind 1, kind 2, kind 3. Loose assemblage. Now in loose assemblage, you will see in kind 1, when two facet idea come together. Suppose ये है फैसेट फॉर्मूला. अब पी फैसेट के अंदर अब देखोगे, 1 is world, 1 1 something, 1 to something, then 2 public, आप लोग ये देख रहे हो कि एक फैसेट के अंदर, ये एक फैसेट के अंदर दीज आर द डिविजन्स, राइट। लूज असेंबलेज काइंड 3 प्रकार की होते हैं। पहला है कि जब दोनों सब्जेक्ट कम टुगेदर, माने एक लाइब्रेरी साइंस और मैथमेटिक्स का है, मान के चलो बी, व्हेन मैथमेटिक्स एंड इंटर सब्जेक्ट रिलेशन, इन इंटर सब्जेक्ट रिलेशंस को कहते हैं लूज असेंबलेज 1। इसके अनुसार व्हेन दोनों सब्जेक्ट कम टुगेदर, लाइब्रेरी साइंस एंड मैथमेटिक्स, लाइब्रेरी साइंस एंड मैथमेटिक्स, ये जब दोनों सब्जेक्ट अलग अलग तरीके से और डिफरेंट तरीके से ये मिलते हैं, कभी कंपैरिजन बिटवीन मैथमेटिक्स, डिफरेंस बिटवीन लाइब्रेरी साइंस एंड मैथमेटिक्स, कंपैरिजन बिटवीन लाइब्रेरी साइंस एंड मैथमेटिक्स, ये all together come, it is called basically when 2 different subjects come together, that is also called this thing, loose assemblage. Then when 2 facet, suppose public and academic library, because this is in other array, this is in other array. When two different array come together and form a subject, it is called loose assemblage kind 2. Here we will also find another 5 categories of gender relation, bias relations, difference relation, comparison relation, and simple relation I have already told. So these 5 categories of relations are there. 5 categories of relations are there. मान के चलो मैं आप लोगों को 5, this is the example of simple relation. Right? Comparison, library science, LS, and mathematics. Comparison between, right? Comparison between library science and mathematics. ये एक हो गया, ये 2 हो गया, सॉरी, then 3 में difference between library science and mathematics. And 4th में library science for mathematics. ये bias relation. Then influence of library science in mathematics. So you got the idea कि 5 kind of relations are there in loose assemblage. So in first one, when we talk about the inter-subject relation, and in the inter-subject relation, we have a 5 different category. Inter-subject means we're in 2 different subjects. First, take examples. Here it is loose assemblage, है ना? Assemblage. Now, everybody just think over it. But what exactly the loose assemblage is? Loose assemblage means when 2 different subjects, a concept, will come together to form a subject for any specific kind of reason. Then it is called basically loose assemblage. That's why assemblage is there but loose. Okay. It is not going to stay for a long term.
Yes, sir.
Right? In loose assemblage, there are 3 different categories. One is inter-subject or interface. Interface. Then intra-facet and array. So in loose assemblage, we have a 3 difference: interface, intra-facet, intra-array. Right? In interface, when 2 different subject right? Inter mane inter MLS batch means your batch and
Connecting,
the old
yes.
batch, right? Other batch. When intra means intra MLS mane within your batch, right? Within your batch. Now interfacet phase, that means inter-subject. In inter-subject, we have a 5 categories. One is simple relation, one is
Comparison.
Difference
and
between
difference, है ना? DIFF, difference, then bias, and influence. Now you will see here we have 5 kind of relation in inter-subject. One is simple relation, comparison, difference, bias, and influence. Then in every aspect, you have to give example in your theory. Here you will see library and mathematics, simple. Yes, comparison between mathematics and library science and mathematics. Difference between library science and maths, difference. Library science for mathematics is bias. Influence of library science on mathematics. Yeah, on. It will be on mathematics. So these are the example for intra-subject relation. Now clear?
Sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Now, good, very good. Now come to the intra-facet. I have already told you. I have already told you that in one facet you got array. Right? This is facet 1. एक तो 1 है, एक 2 है. These are the division of a facet. Huh? Here 1, 2, 3. उसके अंदर and you will find division of 2 also, division of 1 also, division of 3 also. So here you will find in one P facet, when one P facet, personality facet, you will see different facet. Now, relation between public library and academic library. We are talking about intra-facet. Intra-facet means this is facet, this is facet, this is facet. in this P facet, you will find these are the number. These are the number, right? Interfacet. So here you will find public and academic. Suppose here, if I told you relation between public and academic library, this is simple relation. Then difference between public and academic library. This is difference relation. Then comparison between public and academic library. Then public for public library for academic library, and influence of public on academic library. So you got the another. Sorry. So another 5 difference on your loose assemblage 3. Loose assemblage 3. Loose assemblage second. This is second. One is interfacet. One is intersurface, interface, intrafacet, and intra-array. Here it is intrafacet. In interfacet, you will see a relation between public and academic. Why we are calling intrafacet? Because public, academic, and public are in a one facet called P facet, right? So that's why we got 5 division on intrafacet. Now when we come intra-array, you will see different kind of thing. In intra-array, if we talk about the intra-array, here you will see this is secondary school and this is college. Okay, take this example. This is array because it is the division within 3, 3, 2, 3, 3. This is array, intra-array, within an array, because this is array. Here you will see 3 to 1, suppose school and college library. So if I have an example, school and college library, it's a simple relation, right? It's a simple relation. Second is difference between school, college, difference between school and college library. Then comparison between school and college library. So you have a simple relation, difference relation, comparative relation. Then school library for college library. Then influence of knowledge library. So here you will see the relation within the array. That's why it is called intra-array. This is intrafacet. So we have in loose assemblage, we have three concepts. One is interface, intrafacet, and intra-array. In intrafacet, we have this kind of relation. In inter-array, we have intrafacet, we have this connection, and inter-array, we have this kind of relation. And here you have already seen inter-subject relations. So to the superimposition. In superimposition, what exactly superimposition called? Right? When two consecutive array, when come together, then we'll do superimposition. We'll apply superimposition device. When consecutive two array, here you will see 3 is common. Sometimes what happens, instead of this, you can write 233-4. That can be done also, because 3 is common here, right? In superimposition device, two consecutive array will come together and we will put hyphen in between. That is basically called superimposition device. Nilambagam extension, fission. Fission means, again, it's an internal dissection of a subject. When you dissect a subject, that is called fission, right? जैसे आप लोगों को मैंने बताया था philosophy logic, inductive logic, deductive logic. It's an extension of Nilambagam. Nilambagam was one of the finest professors in library science. Now he also create new ideas. Distillation kind 1. Distillation in kind 1, you will see in any primary basic subject, when you divide it, it will give you the canonical classes. I have already told last week that when you divided physics, you are getting mathematics, physics, when you are getting sound, light, magnetism, etc., etc., within that physics. This is called distillation kind 1. In mathematics, you will see algebra, geometry, trigonometry, arithmetic. It's a distillation of kind 1, right? In distillation of kind 2, when a primary basic subject is distilled or manifested in a different primary, with a different primary basic subject and its attribute, then it's called distillation of kind 2. How? Let me share with you. You have a management as a basic subject, and you have another primary basic subject, library science. When you management and library science come together, it's management of library. When hospital and management come closer, it is hospital management. When hotel and management come closer, it is hotel management. When hotel management and when marketing and management come closer, it is marketing management. So it is a distillation of kind 2. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Great. Now fusion. I have already told the fusion is nothing. It's a fuse together. When two primary basic subject fuse together and create different type of subject, little different from subject, then it's called fusion of a subject. Fuse together. It's chemistry and biology come closer, and biochemistry, technology and biology come closer and give you the biotechnology. That is called fusion. Fuse together. Fuse together means they will carry a minimum characteristics of their primary basic subject. They will forget some of their basic characteristics, right? Then cluster.
Yes.
In cluster, you will see when symmetry of subject come closer together. Symmetry of primary basic subject or component or isolate idea come closer together. You will see When you talked about India, we talk about the Indian economy, Indian politics, Indian mythology, Indian philosophy, Indian history, Indian religion, Indian literature, Indian the geography, all together. When it's come together, it's called basically cluster of a subject, and cluster of a subject is name is Indology. When you talked about the Gandhi and its freedom fighting, its letters, its dedication, its ideology, its philosophy, its myth, everything clubbed together, it's called Gandhiana. So cluster is nothing, it's a combination of many primary subject, isolate ideas, isolate concept, in this facet ideas, when come closer together, then it's create cluster. Agglomeration kind one, it's a kind of immediate divisions of universe of knowledge and the next division of the universe of knowledge. If you divided one universe of knowledge, it will give you three different categories. One is natural science, humanities, and social science. And if you again divided the natural science, humanities, it will give you the natural science, mathematics, physics, biology, botany, etc., etc. And it is a second divisions of a universe of knowledge. So this is all about your Nilambagam extension. So this is the modes of formation of knowledge. This is the way knowledge is social organization of knowledge and information. Mac Gray observed that the discipline is a branch of instruction of mental, moral training. Etymologically, it is derived from the word disciple, which means one who learned. A scholarly discipline is an organized field of inquiry pursued by a community of a knowledgeable person. In contrast to vocational and skilled craft person involved in their scholarly disciplines are actually conscious of the historical and social environment of their intellectual commitment. They act as authorities in their particular field. The result of their activities in the form of theories and formulations are include the curricula in all formal school of learning. Then you can understand what is discipline. Discipline means learn, और वहीं से आपकी ये discipline आए. Attribute, ये सारे attribute of scholarly discipline. It's enable distinguish between the knowledge and opinion. Opinion do not have anything to do with the scholarship. Discipline of knowledge are composed of people. A discipline may contain knowledge and information of all degree, from the simple introductory textbook to a complex elaboration of a specialty symposium. A discipline is not a collection of a summary of ideas and a rule of thumb technique. It has form, pattern, and structure. Each discipline has a distinct domain of inquiry and specialized method by knowledge is created and validated. Every discipline classifies its domain in a particular way according to the ramification that gets reflected in all writing in the discipline. Each discipline has a documentary communication structure through which ideas are conserved, transmitted, assessed, and validated. A discipline has its own specialized vocabulary which serve. So discipline has their own attributes. Discipline means where people are learned. It is a kind of area when you have a philosophy, mental query, coexistence, kind of knowledge, curiosity, all together it's come. And these are the attributes. If discipline is there, so there must be some kind of attributes, and they are the attributes.